Yo guys, more do VR, and you guys see the title, man. VR has no game. We're back here again this year with the same topic that comes up every year. No matter how good VR does, people always say this. Or how bad VR does, people say this. And I'm tired. So we're gonna address this. I've been addressed this months ago. You guys remember the Steam Frame video where I said that a lot of people don't support developers, and I still stand by that. A lot of y'all got mad at me. You're like, oh, it's slop. It's slop. Oh, man. But anyway, I saw this tweet today. You'll see I put a tweet on the screen. And people say, it's crazy how hard VR fell off. There just isn't anything anymore. Now, this person, I guess, hasn't played VR in a while, but I see a lot of the same sentiment in the comments. And this tweet went very viral. 30,000 likes. 30,000 likes. 30,000 people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about, right? I find that interesting. I find it interesting because it happens a lot. It happens a lot in the VR community. People say that there hasn't been a good VR game since Half-Life Alyx. Okay. That there's no good VR games. Okay. Or we need Half-Life Alyx 2 for there to be just to save VR. Okay. Well, I say bullshit. I feel like people are just talking without knowing what they're talking about. So in response to that tweet, I put up a few games. People asked me to name, this sweet guy asked me to name my top 10 PCVR games since 2021. And I gave him way more than that because I'm a great guy. So I say Vertigo 2, Red Matter 2, and I'll go down the list with y'all. Into the Radius, Aces of Thunder, Zero Caliber 2 VR, which is amazing, by the way. Midnight Walk, VR mode. UE VR mods, the whole modding engine that people made because they love VR, right? But it's dead, right? Tactical Assault VR, Battle Talent, Behemoth, Underdogs, Contractor Showdown, Metro Awakening, Alien Rogue Incursion, a little janky, but still good. Arcane Age, Ghost Front, Ghost Town, and then Forefront. Guys, that's since 2021. But I'm supposed to believe that VR has fell off. We have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle VR game coming out this month. The boys just got a VR game. Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 is coming out for PSVR 2 this month. Aces of Thunder just came out last month for PCVR and Steam and PSVR 2. What the fuck are y'all talking about? And somebody tried to say that, oh, how are we supposed to know all these games are out? It's just, there's no promo? Forefront trailer, early access, did 2 million views 4 months ago. Oh, my fault. There's a Payday game coming out for VR also. What the fuck are we talking about? I think what it is, and this is one of the things that I have been holding in for a long time. Half-Life Alyx blessed and cursed VR. Because a lot of people think, as somebody who's a PC VR bro, like look, VR treadmill, Crystal Super, micro OLED, $2,100 for a VR headset. $3,000 for the whole treadmill. Some of y'all are graphic whores. Some of y'all are very much graphic whores. And I think y'all forget that graphics aren't everything when it comes to VR games. And even if you want to go that route, there are some VR games that I think look just as good, if not slightly better than Half-Life Alyx. I would say that. Red Matter 2 is beautiful. Gorgeous game. Even Hubris, gorgeous. There's even a C game, I can't remember what it's called, like Subside or something like that. Beautiful. There's been games over the years that have come close or rivaled Half-Life Alyx in terms of graphics and art style. People forget art style is very important. Some of the best VR games put up by their art styles. I think people playing Beat Saber for the graphics. No, it's the art style, the songs, flashy graphics, right? Or flashy SFX stuff like that. Gorilla Tag is the biggest, I really can say the biggest VR game of all time. It's not the most graphically impressive game. So that should tell you that graphics don't matter. Some of y'all are snobs. And I, even as of myself, to a certain extent, that at the end of the day, I'm a content creator and I'm great for all headsets. Standalone, PCVR, all that. Some of y'all are insufferable. And I think that, and I understand that people want graphics. Get it. I do. But those same people haven't played DCS World, Microsoft Flight Sim, or they haven't played any of the other indie games that have tapped into the high graphics. Or some of the AAA experiences, I don't know, from like 2019, Lone Echo, 1, 2. Some of y'all don't even know those existed. Asgard's Wrath 1, and just those games from that era that were PC, VR, or AAA. Stormland, I think that the more this type of rhetoric goes on, does not help VR. Saying that it fell off and you haven't even been playing is insane. How would you know? And it's funny because the person that made this tweet says, like, I was an OG. I had a Windows mixed reality since 2018, and all I ever played was VR Chat, Rec Room, and Beat Saber. You are a social VR user. VR chat is amazing right now. Even though I don't play it, I'm not really into. And Rec Room obviously just died off. But that's their own decisions that led to that, to be honest with you. And then Beat Saber. You weren't crazy into VR like that anyway. How would it fell off if you never really took a step into the actual experiences that have been holding up these communities for years? And we haven't even talked about the modding community on PC. Dude, I was just literally playing Skyrim VR, Fallout VR, Minecraft VR, and just like a whole. I even played Half-Life 2 VR recently. Like, I never even played Half-Life 2 before. Played the first time on a treadmill. Graphics look amazing. I'm like, come on, dude. And then somebody else in the comments said, I don't understand how VR is so effing expensive. I mean, so fucking expensive. I don't think it should be that pricey. A headset is $299 right now. You know what? Here, bro. We're gonna do this. We're gonna send y'all somewhere. Yeah, I think a lot of y'all need this site right now. I like a lot of y'all need this site right now. I'm not even the most like wealthy person, dog. But I think genuinely it's time for some of y'all to go to Indeed.com. You need to go to Indeed. If you can't afford $299, brother, you were never meant to get into VR. And respectfully, there are other VR headsets on the used market that cost like $100. You can get a PSVR 2, hook it up to your PC, probably for like $150. There's a lot of used PSVR 2s out there. A lot of used MetaQuest out there. The retention for VR in general is low because most people don't want literally to get home and do this and put the headset on like that. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do it because they had a long day of work. You know, some days I don't blame them, to be honest with you. What are we talking about? I didn't even say to start my ether music because I had to get into this. All the bullshit, man. And I hate these conversations because, and it's crazy, y'all even neglect the PSVR community. Like, look, Gran Turismo 7, RE4, RE8, Horizon Call of the Mountain, you don't like that game. There's just a bunch of other experiences over there that have been great. Plus, even though I'm not even a big meta fan right now. Batman, Arkham Shadow, hit Asgard's Wrath 2. Who played it? There's been plenty of games over there. We got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game coming out this month, but VR is supposedly dead. Microsoft Flight Sim coming out this month, but VR is dead. But VR is dead. And this rant is really good. I'm just annoyed by this rhetoric, man. Even people in the community, it's cap. I'm not going for it. Now, some people did bring up a motion sickness problem. Now, I totally can understand that. I totally agree to that. But my thing is, and for some people that have motion sickness, now if you tried like actual VR games, like Beat Saber and stuff like that, and you still got sick, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it might just be raps for you. But if you're a person who had an Oculus Go in like 2017 and you tried a roller coaster simulator, I can't even handle roller coaster simulators. I've been playing VR for 6 years. I can't even handle a roller coaster in VR. What makes you think that a regular random person is able to handle a roller coaster in VR? Because a lot of people do try the roller coaster or the 360 videos, you know, on a roller coaster like that, and they puke and then they're like, yeah, VR sucks forever because I did this. Y'all need to try actual VR games. Try an actual VR game. Don't do Boneworks or Bone Labs, which is known to make people throw up. Don't do anything fast paced like a crazy shooter like Contractor or something like that. Do something chill like Beat Saber. Don't do Gorilla Tag where you're flipping upside down and stuff like that. Do something simple. Now, if you do that and you still get motion sick, cool. But if you're a person who just has not tried that and you're just talking about other people being motion sick and you have to try it yourself, shut up. And another thing I saw being mentioned was development cycles for VR, how they can be very difficult. Totally understand that. And I do agree with that. Development of VR is hard. I'm trying to get into it myself and I have been struggling. But I have been using AI to help me kind of get into it because I feel like without it, it's a lot harder to hop into that niche of game development just with like documentation, stuff like that. It was very difficult to find stuff. But even then, I feel like there's enough experiences that have been put out since the development of Half-Life Alyx in 2019 to justify there being more than enough experiences for you because most people aren't playing VR every day. Most people aren't playing VR every week. We don't even play VR in a month or even twice a month. So I feel like if you're one of those people, there is enough experiences out there for you to have fun. But one thing we got to realize is that VR is a niche. VR is a niche. I totally recognize that. And I love this niche. I really do, man. And even if I wasn't a creator, because for years I wasn't making money on content, but I was doing it really for free. And I enjoyed every minute of it. Those late nights in Pavlov, playing COD Zombies and stuff like that, fun. That was fun to me. Those days playing Contractors, those big lobbies used to have for the MetaQuest stuff kind of fucked it up. Amazing. Like even my first time experiencing Half-Life Alyx in 2020, I was blown away. I think people are chasing that first high And there's other games that have given me that you guys need to try. Let's talk about tech demos. Let's talk about tech demos. A lot of people say that VR is nothing but tech demos. And let me look up my list of games real quick, man. Look at my list of games. Vertigo 2 is not a tech demo. Red Matter 2 is not a tech demo. Into the Radius is now a full release game, not a tech demo. Even if you say that the second game is tech demo, go back to the first game. It's fully realized. Full story, everything. Zero Caliber 2 is not a tech demo, has a full story. Midnight Walk has a full story. There's Wii VR mods you can play that have full stories. Tactical Assault VR, not a tech demo. That's actually a full game with upgrade system and all that stuff. Battle Talent has a full story, very difficult, very fun. Behemoth is a full standard AAA level VR experience that's basically like Shadows of the Colossus. Amazing. Underdogs has a full story, not a tech demo. Contractor Showdown, not a fucking tech demo. Retro Awakening, game made me cry. The story was good as hell. Not a tech demo. Alien Rogue Incursion. Now this one, I'm not gonna lie, the game is janky, but I had fun. I got clips of that game, but I was having a blast. Scared out my mind. Arcane Age has a full story, not a tech demo. Ghost Town, not a tech demo. Forefront, not a tech demo. It was a tech demo at one point, but now it's an actual full-fledged game 1.0 coming out this month. I even got a key to give away for it later on this month. Come back for that. And people saying it's a gimmick. Motherfucker, where's the gimmick, man? People sit in flight sim for hours like this, or one of these big screen beyonds for hours. What's the gimmick in that? Being able to put yourself fully immersed in the game is not no fucking gimmick, man. What are y'all talking about? Y'all just be yabbing with your fingers. It don't make sense to me. And it's funny, people will say that it's a gimmick and then go drop like $30 on a crate in the game. That's a gimmick. You guys gonna play, gotcha. Like I see people on this tweet that are like saying it's a gimmick, but then I'll see look on their account, they're playing like Call of Duty or 2K. Or they come outside and play some VR, man. Come outside and play some VR. Some of y'all have but let's say like put it like this. If you're saying that there's a headset that doesn't interest you, I can kind of feel that. I can kind of feel that. Now, especially like if it's a price range or you don't want to deal with Meta, that is totally fine. Absolutely no problem. That's why recently just announced the Pico is coming to the US, and I actually got a Pico right here. Pico is coming to the US. I don't know if it's gonna be the Pico 4 Ultra or the new set, but I do know that the Pico is coming to the United States. If you just wait for Steam Frame, that's totally fine. Now, I will say that Meta does have some type of accountability in this. I think their marketing of the metaverse and Horizon Worlds has totally put a stain on VR's reputation for a long time. I will say that. Seeing that picture of Mark Zuckerberg and Meta Horizon, you know the one, famous one. And I feel like Meta does have some responsibility to take for this because their view of the metaverse and their marketing of the metaverse turned a lot of people off. Now, you know that famous picture of Mark Zuckerberg, you know the one I'm talking about. That did not help a lot. And it's funny because now they're kind of reneging on the, we're not the metaverse. What are we talking about? It's Horizon Worlds. And we're like, bullshit. Now, personally, I don't like Horizon Worlds. I think it should have been closed down. I think it's a stain on the whole ecosystem. That's just me though. People enjoy it. I can't help but, rock with those people. Those are my people that enjoy it. So I'm like, okay, y'all like it. I love it. Not really, but cool. But people need to do more research, man. Do your research. Stop yapping. Do your research. Look and realize that there's whole people holding up these ecosystems that aren't attached to the fucking metaverse. Do your work. VR is not Meta. VR is an ecosystem. Meta is just part of the VR ecosystem. They want to monopolize. Don't get me wrong. They want to monopolize the VR as much as they can, but they will not do that because, to be honest with you, they're incompetent as fuck sometimes. And to be realistic with you, even though PCVR is getting more expensive and PC in general is getting more expensive, PC is still one of the biggest platforms, and Steam one of the biggest platforms on earth. They literally just need those marketed experiences, the normies that have not played VR, to get them to play VR. Now, people saying online that VR is dead, they're like, oh, VR is dead, so that means I should look into it. I'm saying that because it's not. I think people should stay from now on. I have mentioned in VR. Leave it at that, man. And I know this has been all over the place, and this has been a rant. And shout out to the Ether music in the background, keeping me. But yeah, my rant's over. This wasn't meant to be like a full, I might do a whole video essay going through like my points, stuff like that. I just kind of want to talk to y'all, man. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. Oh, I forgot the sim race community too. Shout out y'all, man, holding it down. But there's a lot of VR communities holding it down, man. Stop saying VR is dead. Stop saying VR is dying. VR community is alive. It's well. It's just going through a different period of change where one company isn't trying to monopolize all this shit. And you guys shouldn't want monopoly in the VR space anyway. Support developers, support indies, support these VR headset companies actually giving us good products. Stop bullshit, man. If we want to do VR, remember just do it with a VR headset.